and you see something fall from the sky, something large. Consensus was, yeah, you're the winged god. So they attack you. What? Did you say? Did
you danced in the bonfire?
Oh, I said, did you taste bonfire?
Name's Saul. What are you, a bunch of smooth skins and an owl?
You don't look like gods to me.
Nice.
I don't let those who deceive me off lightly. How much health do you have?
Full.
Yeah.
Took my book. He's gonna die.
Yeah, I said
16
start
damage,
dying.
and he is knocked prone.
Poor fucking raccoon.
We forgot him!
So I create bonfire directly underneath the record.
So it seems Jay was actually onto something. Hello and welcome to episode 2 of Atomic Tomorrow. I'm your DM Stefan Gagne, and I am joined today with
Andrew Hawes playing as Don Kane.
Leo as Fuck the Psycho!
Angie Yao as Dee Dee Squawk.
I'm Jeff, and I'm Saul.
Cool. All right. Where we last left off, we had just encountered Jay Bingo, leader of the Jay Bingo gang. He was in search of information about a god named Icarus. It seems that he did not get to a piece of literature that Jeff has acquired about Icarus. You only know that it's some sort of savior, and he grants wishes of sorts. So you are now in an abandoned town because you scared literally everyone away.
Nice.
And you are left to your own devices, so you can loot the place to your heart's content if you so choose, and acquire some different kind of gear for yourselves if you really so choose. We'll start with Haas.
Alright, so myself is Don Kane. I try and scavenge the town for a place where people would have possibly thrown armor aside or something like that. To find myself a
When was the
shield.
last time you saw a literal person wearing armor in 2019?
Renaissance fair.
Well, I'm talking about makeshift armor.
Okay, so you're gonna makeshift some armor.
Okay, so I grab myself a harness that's used for football,
Okay.
and then
This year.
Is it flag football or full contact football?
full contact football.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's
Where's a harness in touch football?
exactly.
Is this like an S&M convention where
It's
they're
just
like, hey, let's play...
just a t-shirt with the decals of the fucking armor on them.
It's harnesses with plates on them, but they're only made out of plastic or polyurethane. And then I'm going to try and find ways in how to kind of reinforce it with metal.
Okay, so you just kind of like screw it together.
Yeah.
Alright.
I find some screws and a screwdriver, and I just try and
Cool.
press metal plates to it.
Okay.
Then I find myself the heaviest of hubcaps to have as a shield.
Okay. Yeah. I assume you get that.
Okay.
Yeah. Leo, do you want to find anything there?
I'm good.
You don't want to make your special axe?
It's already made.
Not yet.
I thought it was.
You did it out of game.
No, like I told you, I brought, it was on me when I...
Oh, that's
Oh,
that's okay.
Yeah.
Well, for those who don't know, what does your axe look like?
So it's basically a long, wooden pole, basically a baseball bat with
Okay.
a skull, attached at the end. And then change to it is, kind of like a butcher's, I can't remember.
Cleaver.
A cleaver. Yeah.
So it kind of looks like an axe, like a guy's coming out of a guy's mouth.
Yeah. Okay, so that's and you don't want to like acquire any clothing or anything like that.
Nah, I'm good.
You're good with whatever's on your person at all, like at the moment. You don't want to know.
What's in your pocket, sis?
All right, Angie, would you like to acquire anything?
Okay, I guess for my scimitar, I'll use a pipe and try to not like a plumbing pipe.
Were you assuming
PVC
everyone
or-
thought you meant like a smoking apparatus?
I'd like
Yeah.
to take this bong.
It's my weapon now. No, okay. Like,
The
all
weapon
right.
of a good time.
Okay, but anyways, I'm gonna take a metal pipe and try to like sharpen the one side of it,
Okay.
and then have like a wooden plank as the handle. And you seem like you want to say something.
What side of a round object?
Okay,
is sharpening?
okay. I was thinking it'll be cut in half, and then
Okay.
I'll do it. On
Oh, you're
one
gonna
side.
flatten it out then?
Oh yeah, I don't know how to flatten. How would I flatten it out though?
Oh, you're a bird. Birds can like hit rocks against things.
So,
Yeah, like I feel like you have like
So what I'm
monkey
thinking,
skills, like you can use tools.
yeah.
Okay.
So what I'm thinking
Throw
is like
nuts in
you
the
got
middle
like
of the road.
PVC pipe, and you found a way to like smush the PVC pipe into like a really sharp edge.
It has to be shiny though. I wanted it metal. 'Cause it's
Oh,
shiny.
metal.
Yeah.
Spend like a week in this town doing this.
How about just
I'll
part,
just find a broken
how
one
about just
already
part
and
of
then use that.
a chrome bumper or something like that?
Or a windshield wiper. Those things
No,
hurt.
it's shiny.
I'm just imagining it doing only one damage ever, and you just walk up to a person, just go.
Yeah, that hurt. And now you're dry. Jeff, what?
Weird. There's no blood on this thing.
Well, would you like to find anything in this town, Jeff?
I mean, I already got my rusty shiv, so.
How
Is there
about-
just like a long piece of wood that I could use as a quarterstaff?
Oh, most definitely.
How
Okay.
about a whole bunch of ice cream cones?
Why?
What?
Okay, we're getting into absurdity here. We have a talking owl. Let's not go this far.
No, this was the wizard from
Yeah.
last Sunday.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
really?
Yeah.
With that name?
With his name was Lager Larry Jr.
I hate
Yeah,
it.
but last Sunday
Oh wow.
for ice cream.
The last Sunday. Okay.
I didn't get that.
Can everyone do an investigation roll for me?
Sure.
13.
14.
16.
Who had the highest?
16.
16. Okay. Haas, as you're exploring the town, as you come across what looks like a small kiosk, there is a small box, and the box has an interesting design to it. You spot it right away because it looks out of place. And as you look through this box, you find small little capsules. And these capsules look like there's energy in it. Like you can actually see what looks like a faint glowing energy within these capsules.
Okay. So I pack it up and I
Mhm.
put it into my pouch beside the snow globe that I have.
Okay. All right. Other than that, after you spend a couple of minutes or hours rather exploring the town on your own accord, you decide to re-meet up in town, and when you do, there is a man sitting there, looking very confused. And he goes, "Oh, hello there. Are you friendly?"
Who are you?
Oh no, he's simple in the head.
No, he says, "Oh, I was the. Well, I guess it's gone now, but I used to be the head of this church. I was out of town looking for help, but when I came back, everyone was gone, and my church is burnt down."
Oh no.
So, did you know a J Bingo?
"Oh, that ruffian! Yes, he came to my town and he took over looking for answers about the winged gods, but I gave him all I could, and in the end, he was practically enslaving my people."
Well, you don't have to worry about him much, man. No more.
You disposed of him?
He's
I
pushing
show him.
Daisy.
I show him the back of my crowbar. Is it still coated in blood?
I mean, if he didn't wash it.
Yeah, that's gonna rust really badly if you don't clean it.
Yeah.
Alright.
Well, sorry, I gotta save the red paint that's on it. It's like a red painted crowbar, and it just has a hockey tape wrapped around it to make a handle for it.
Okay. All right. So, you explain how you came to the town. You spoke to Jay, how he was looking for the winged god, who we now know is named Icarus, and he is actually, you can only assume, didn't die. He's still alive, but at least his gang is scattered to the winds.
As I disperse.
So, are you followers of the winged gods?
Skeptic.
Oh, non-believers, I see. Were you able to save the scriptures, at least?
I found a Bible.
Oh, well, that's not our god. They were old gods.
Sorry. I just realized what I would be if I went the way of the old gods, warlock. And
Christian?
Exactly. I would be going Christian, and I'd be going like all of these like really old religions and like believing in Jesus Christ instead of like the flying spaghetti monster.
So instead of your trench coat, you would be dressed up like a Jehovah's Witness.
Probably.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah. In like a nice suit and everything like that, and having a band across the top being like, "Hello, have you heard the good word?" And then I smack him upside the head with the Bible.
Well, that's unfortunate. But the words of the winged god are within all our hearts. So, I guess it's not really that big of a loss. I guess I'll go find my villagers, and maybe we can rebuild. What do you plan to do? Do you have any questions for this man?
How long have the bandits been in your town?
About a week.
Oh, do you have any information about an ISS falling from the sky?
An is?
Like, I read the scripture on it, and I think it is dubbed ISS, and it just fell from the sky.
Well, that seems very, very interesting. I will have to go there myself. If it came from the sky, then that's where the wings are.
Yeah.
So it must be connected in a sense,
Do I
right?
know anything about ISS?
Let's do a history check and let's see if you actually read anything about it.
11.
I'm gonna say no.
That's fair.
Which town were you looking for help again?
The one we're in.
The one
The one we're currently standing in right now.
Oh, I thought you said you were going to a different town to look for help.
No, he just left the town to go look for help.
Yeah. Did you find any help? No. Didn't find anyone? Okay.
Nope, he
We're
came back
here.
with nobody, sadly.
Okay.
Anyway, the thing that you're looking for is over... Oh wow, that's actually a pretty good survival check. I rolled a 16 for a survival check for me to know which way we came from and everything like that. Mm-hmm. And it's just like, from that way, and I'm going in that direction.
Well, I will definitely go there and start collecting more about the winged gods. I must recreate the library that is the prophecy.
I'm sorry, did you say library?
Yes.
Oh my god, they're illiterate.
You do you know what a library is? Books. I don't library. Because having fun isn't hard.
You got a library.
Library card.
Oh.
What the hell?
It's from Arthur.
I didn't like Arthur.
You can leave anytime.
Yes, there is a library. We visited to find out more about the winged god.
Where is this library?
In the town of Gary.
Where is Gary?
I'm gonna roll a survival check to see if I remember where Gary is. That is a 13.
You do remember where Gary is.
Gary.
It is due south.
Who's Gary?
It's just due south of here. It's the town of Gary.
The city of Gary.
The city of Gary, where the fabled tower, Tower of Glass?
The tower with floors made of air.
Yeah, the tower with floors made of air. Went there once. It was an interesting trip.
Interesting. We might have to go back there.
Yes, that's where the library is.
Yes, that's why I'm saying we should go there, Mr. Mayor.
Yes, to the library.
But I do warn you that I wouldn't tread lightly in the city of Gary. There's a reason why we haven't remained in the library. The city is infested with bandits and monsters and all sorts of horrific creatures.
Yeah,
More teeth for my necklace!
I even killed myself a dumpster mimic back there.
I'm sorry, a what?
A dumpster mimic. It was a mimic that made itself look like a dumpster.
It's like a really trash enemy to fight.
It really was. Killed it with a rock.
He did.
Oh my god.
All right. So, is there any more questions you have for me before I make my way to the is?
It's just called ISS, not is.
Yeah, is.
No, you don't pronunciate the is.
What is pronounce?
Say right.
Right.
Say right.
What?
ISS is how you say right, not is.
Oh, I see.
Sometimes you have to talk down to the locals on their level.
What's your name, by the way? Did you
Oh,
say?
no.
Your name is no?
Yes.
Is it yes or is it no?
It's no.
Okay.
Like
Just-
no or no?
As in, ooh.
Is he okay?
Let's get the fuck out of
He
this.
does worship wings, so...
Apparently, many people worship wings.
Yes, apparently all these people are dumb.
I just do like a full about face and just start walking in direction of Gary and say, let's
Bye
get the
now.
fuck out of here.
Goodbye!
Actually, we would probably wind up coming across the is on our way back.
Yeah, but I want to be as far away from this man as possible. I can
Alright, sounds
feel
good.
brain cells dying.
Okay.
As opposed to usual.
Oh,
From the cancer.
Did we find any canned
If your
goods?
entire body is one giant tumor, it is no longer cancer.
You are the cancer!
You are the cancer.
Just ask Deadpool!
So Stefan, throughout our searching, did we manage to find anything like canned food, anything like that?
Yeah, you find the regular provisions that you might need. Most of it's expired, but
I'm fine with that.
yeah.
I hoard all the food
That's
I
what
can
you should
find.
do. You should look at the canned food and see the expiration date.
I look at the canned food for an expression.
The expiration date is 2020. That's when it expires.
What year is it right now?
We don't know.
You don't know.
Okay.
No one knows.
Expiration date.
Did you just eat that?
Yep.
Did you just please make a Constitution saving throw for me, please?
Wait, the villagers have this?
No, it was just in some of the houses.
Oh, okay. They
Oh
haven't
fuck, I
been eating it.
failed.
Natural one.
Let's see if you get dysentery.
What is this, Oregon Trail?
Yeah.
Yeah, you got the runs.
Okay.
I mean, we've
Which
seen
I
that.
don't think you care. It's just like, woo, tummy hurt.
I mean, the mud that was covered in dust fell off, so this will just cover it again.
The squirrel corpse I was using to plug up my ears.
In the
Oh!
in the Icarus book, are there any dates in the book?
No. It's like this book is damaged. But all you can really get from it, like you would read it, but even you who actually understands like English and stuff like that and can read, you look at these words, you're like, wow, this means nothing to me at all. You would have to have a specific knowledge in order to understand what this book is trying to explain.
So I'm guessing it's like looking at mathematics pretty much.
Exactly.
Okay.
Yeah.
My guy don't know math so well.
So, what would you like to do?
To Gary?
To Gary!
To Gary!
To Gary!
All right. You put about a whole day of walking in, but you do have to rest for a while. You decide to stop off at the ISS station to get your, energy back. Eventually, you do make your way to Gary. As you see it, what lays before you is a massive city that is falling apart, but also still standing, surprisingly. Vegetation has grown all over it, and you can see that there's a couple of smoke clouds billowing up, and you can hear sometimes screams, roars, cries, and sometimes something you wouldn't even be able to classify as human. So, you want to find the library, but you sadly don't know where that is. So you're gonna have to do some looking around. So, as you enter the city, let's all do an investigation check to see if you can maybe find your bearings.
Would that be survival?
It would be investigation.
So we're coming from the north?
Yes.
Okay. Crit fail.
12.
12.
7.
17.
17.
Well, I've already been here before.
Yes. You find a map of the city. It's an old map. It's not updated whatsoever. But you do see that there's libraries marked on this, but there's multiple libraries. You don't know which one is the library this Mr. No was talking about.
Well, Mayor No did tell us that it was in the city somewhere.
Do we see people walking around?
No, it's actually rather, scarce. Like, there's no one around.
Mm-hmm.
You do hear stuff because, unlike today where we have cars and whatnot, and that kind of creates a lot of noise pollution, whenever something screams or yells or something breaks or crashes, it sends out quite a large sound. So, but right now it's relatively quiet. You hear maybe animals, but you don't see any.
Can I fly up to take a bird's eye view and do a perception check?
Yeah.
25.
25. Yeah, you see everything. The biggest thing that pops out to you is the large collection of buildings in the center of this city. And you do remember that he called it the Grand Library. So anything grand must be large, right? So, I don't know, you put 2 and 2 together and assume maybe that's where it would be a good place to start. Alright, as you start walking towards it, you put a couple of hours in between you and where you started. Do a stealth check for me, please.
I am still in the air, so...
Still flying?
Yeah.
Okay.
Very subtle.
13.
17.
16.
Oh, you guys are solid. Okay, so as you're walking along, you suddenly hear something off in the distance, maybe down the road. You decide to jump into the ditch and get into some taller grass. Approaching you on the other side of the road, it doesn't see you. You're in the air. You guys are in the. You're fine. But a large hulking mass of flesh just starts walking towards you on this road, and it's the first thing before you even see the details. The first thing that hits you is the smell. It just reeks. It's giving off this pungent, thick must that is just permeating everything, and it's even making your eyes water. As it gets even closer, you see its face, and it's this horribly morphed vision of what maybe would have been a man at one point. And then you hear it, and it's singing.
Fuck.
A little ditty of sorts.
Oh, no.
And behind it, it's holding a leash, a chain. And on that chain is a massive elephant.
Like just a normal looking elephant?
Well, no, it's massive. Bigger than usual. And this elephant has what normally would be 1 or 2 tusks is now 7 or 8. Its trunk is coming apart from the skin. It's like its outer hide is scarred, and there's growths and fungus growing off of it too. It's not a pretty sight.
Is the elephant still alive looking?
Oh yeah, it's walking along behind it.
Oh, okay. Let's not.
I would like to speak to the elephant.
Okay, you swoop down, like you hover, I assume, like above the elephant.
And I will use speak with animals.
Yeah.
Hello.
Okay, it responds in.
So it just screams, even though I can understand it. That's its response.
That caught me off guard so badly.
It's just screams. It's in so much pain.
Okay.
The blobby person, carrying or leading this elephant looks up at you, and it goes, "Bird." And then it reaches into what you assume is pants.
Ew.
And it reaches down and it pulls out a handful of seeds. And it holds it up to you like this.
No.
So, as a flaw, I put it easily tempted with food. As a flaw.
Actually.
You know you're supposed to make a character flaw, not a personal flaw.
Ow. You deserve that. Oh, fuck you. Get out of here. Okay, anyways,
Also, when I screamed, my program was like, the fuck was that?
Say what the fuck was
Well, no, it was like, you should probably put feedback monitoring on because that was loud.
We'll get it in post.
Yeah.
So, I cautiously approach a little bit.
So do you land?
No, not
No,
quite.
don't land. Okay.
I hover near the elephant still, the closer.
Okay. You see that what's causing this elephant pain is the fungus growth on its side. And as you get a better look, you can see the fungus is almost like moving, but not in tandem with the elephant. It's almost like this fungus is alive. While also this blobby thing is still holding out seeds, trying to get you to eat.
I'm just sitting there in shocked silence.
Dawn's like, no, don't do it! Don't do it!
Do it.
Okay, I'm gonna roll to see if my temptation gets me. I'll just roll a 20 and...
So 50-50.
Yeah, 50-50. If I get over 10, I won't go for it. If I go... Okay, I roll a 7.
So what do you do?
So, I land, and I kind of wait for it to like throw me the seeds. I'm not gonna eat it from his hand.
Alright, so he sees that you land and you're kind of just being cautious, and he kind of just drops the seeds out of his hand like that. He doesn't throw them, he just kind of goes like this. He just turns his hand upside down.
What a friendly giant.
I don't trust it.
My roll said I failed, so I'm gonna go pick up the seeds.
Alright, you pick up the seeds and he just kind of watches you. But the problem is the stench is really not great. It's just a very stinky man.
I don't think I have sinuses anymore. So.
Yeah, so you're probably the only one out of all of them. that
If
is-
anything, it's an upgrade for me.
Yeah. Would you like to reveal yourself, seeing as he's friendly? He is friendly. He's not attacking. He's just watching her eat. Just bobbing your head up and down.
So I attach
Like the chicken from Moana.
the hubcap of a shield that I have to my harness that I have, and then I also put my crowbar into my harness, and I raise my hands and I slowly come up out of the bush.
And he looks at you. And he just does this. And he waves at you.
I'm surprised that
You,
this thing's
my
friendly.
friend, are the friendliest thing I've seen in this city.
He smiles.
Okay, I come out.
but I take up like a bandana that I have and I just kind of put it over my my nose so I don't smell it.
You don't smell it though.
I think I'm the only one that's like crying at this point. Like, I'm in tears.
It's like
You're just shoving more mud on your,
You're like,
nose.
yeah.
I'm covering my
Have a sensitive smell.
Well, no, I'm sure I can still smell it though.
I want to go inspect the mold on the side of the elephant.
It does. Go ahead and do an investigation check for me.
Okay. 16.
And then do a history check for me.
Okay. 23.
Wow. All right. So you know that this is a parasitic fungus.
Nice.
And it's leeching off of this elephant's life, basically, because it's attached itself to the host. You can tell that it's not necessarily like a monster. It's more of just like a bacteria.
Do I know anything about removing it?
Let's find out. Did you read any books?
I do have that botany book.
Yes, you do.
I would like to leaf through it looking for any.
All right, go for it.
Okay.
Yep.
Investigation.
Yep.
Are you fucking kidding me?
It
7.
rolled off the mat. It did roll off the mat.
Everything is a mat.
I am proficient in medicine.
Oh.
Well, there you go. Teamwork.
Yes. I
But
asked.
she can't read, so she.
Yeah.
Do you want to assist her? Like an assist,
Okay,
though?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll assist.
Or no, she's assisting you.
Yeah, you
I
can
mean,
tell me
she's the one doing the
information.
operation. I'm telling her what to do.
Well, I mean, like, to find out what this fungus is first.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Peck at the page where you see the thing that looks like that. So roll with advantage then.
Yep.
Okay, that's better. 23.
All right. From what you can see, it doesn't look like anything in the book, but it does resemble similar attributes to that of death cap mushrooms.
Okay.
So, what, if anyone knows this, death caps actually grow on the roots of trees and they create a symbiotic relationship. However, this new death cap fungus seems to be latching on to living creatures and it's kind of sucking the life out of them.
More death, less cap.
Yeah.
Okay.
Through my proficiency in medicine, would I know how to remove it?
Through maybe older ways of medicine, yes, but to do it properly, probably not.
Would fire work?
I mean, no one's ever tried.
Well, I guess if you really wanted to. You could take
Also,
some of
there is
the
a
fungus
giant
off.
hulking glob of a man still staring at all of you while you all investigate his elephant.
I walk up to the giant and I'm like, we help.
You help? Piper?
Yes.
Piper hurt.
Piper heard.
Oh, my
Piper
heart.
heard indeed.
And what
Me
the-
take to the crash.
We follow.
He's heading to ISS. Because
Oh.
he thinks that maybe that might heal
Oh,
the
no.
elephant.
Oh.
No, nothing.
Nothing.
Nothing crash.
No
Crash,
heal.
no heal. This blood is so cute and stinky.
Can I investigate some of the glowing things that I've recently gotten?
Yeah, sure.
Like while you guys try and heal up the elephant and try and like study it and stuff like that, I'm gonna study my magical items to see if they do anything.
Okay. So
Okay.
what do you look at first?
So first I look at the snow globe and I shake it again like I did the time before, and I see if it still gets colder the more that I shake it.
Yeah, the more you shake it, the colder it gets.
Okay. Like I try like tapping on it. I try doing.
As you continue to shake it more and more, it gets colder and colder and colder.
How
could be
cold are we
used.
talking?
Like cold, like liquid nitrogen. like if you keep shaking it, it might just keep going, man.
If it's a living fungus,
Yes.
probably takes more temperate climates for it to grow.
Yes, it is.
If we get that cold enough, we can probably kill it off with that
Let's try
snow globe.
bringing
The snow
thing.
globe against the fungus.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay,
Does
so I shake it a couple more times and I go up to the fungus and I touch it to the fungus.
All right. The fungus begins to react, like it shakes a bit, and it's like you're burning it almost.
Yeah.
Yeah. Also, your skin is now frozen
Oh.
to the
Whoops.
snow globe because you didn't put any barrier between you and this liquid nitrogen snow globe.
Don't worry, I'll warm your hand up later.
I asked the elephant, does it feel any less painful?
It doesn't actually speak, but you can get the feeling that it's not in pain. Like, this isn't hurting it.
Okay,
Oh, thank
it's
God.
doing better.
I thought you were gonna scream at us again.
Yeah, I know, right?
Wasn't ready for that.
So cold is good.
Okay. Can you help me?
Yeah, sure thing, smooth skin. I don't think I got any nerves left. I can grab onto it and hold it on.
Okay. Glob is seeing you do this, but he's just kind of watching intently. Like, he doesn't know what you're doing.
We help.
Just trying
I
to comfort
understand,
him.
Piper. Piper, less hurt now.
Oh. Just kind of gives him puts a little his arms, which are just like they look like Michelin Man arms. Like,
Kirby arms.
just,
So,
So
I check
happily
out,
didn't fight this thing.
I check out the box that has those little capsules. that
Yeah.
are after.
There's 4 in there.
There's 4.
Yes.
Okay. So I kind of like shake it and I see if it glows bright or anything like that.
Nope.
I don't know what this does. So I'm gonna leave that for now. Put it back inside of the my pouch.
I'm gonna do a perception check. Nope. Well, Glob only has 1 eye. Did I tell his name yet? His name is Glob.
Honestly, I should have just guessed it.
Yeah. We probably would have called him Glob either way.
Yeah, his name's Glob. It's Glob and Piper.
So.
Is it? Yeah. What's the coldness? Doing anything
You're
more?
basically doing what you would to a wart. Is you're basically freeze skin.
Yeah.
And it'll with that the fungus won't be able to grow back. So you assume maybe over time that this fungus will eventually just fall off.
Okay, so we can't cut parts of it off if it's.
No, that would you don't know where the skin and the fungus
Okay.
meet.
Okay,
kind
so
of
it's not
thing.
that big.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
alright.
we
It's roughly the size of a small water polo ball.
Oh, okay.
So.
Yes, that's a good unit of measurement.
It was the only thing I could think of.
So I pretty much walk up to you and I start using, I'm trying to create a little bit of heat for precipitation, and I just try and heat it up his hand so that I can get the glow back.
Okay.
I think that only heats non-living material, thank you very much. There's still some skin in here.
Well, no, I was talking about heating the globe itself.
Oh, okay.
All right. So Glob, seeing that you helped his pet, he goes into his pocket again and pulls out more seeds
Yay!
as payment.
Which pocket is this
I
again?
take the seeds.
Is he wearing
You'll
pants?
never know.
Is this
I-
nature's pocket?
No. He's wearing clothes in a sense,
Sort
but
of.
we're talking triple X size jeans, a tattered shirt that's been ripped or something like that, and you see scars.
How
on the
big
guy.
is Glob?
He's about 6 by 6 foot.
So not
5.
gigantic.
Yeah, he's not a giant.
Okay.
He's 6 by 5, but the difference between him and a 6'5" person looks like this 6'5" person decided to spend his entire life in a McDonald's. Where literally his brow has slumped over one of his eyes,
Oh, so it's like emo hair, but it's his forehead?
but it's his forehead.
Sorry, I'm just imagining him doing the emo flip every once in a while and just in his skin.
Except it's sweaty, so it makes a wet slapping sound when he does it.
I was thinking
if you're-
that episode of Futurama when Bender becomes a human.
Oh, yeah.
Is that what he
That.
looks like?
Think Chunk from the Goonies,
Oh,
but
bigger.
but more girth.
Okay. But anyways, I happily take the seeds. Friend.
Friend. You come?
I stored the seeds.
come?
Yeah, come.
We have...
I get out the map and I'm like, we go here.
Me there, and he points near the city, but not quite the city.
Near to
The downtown.
Okay, so he points near. Okay. Okay. We're going in roughly the same direction. It could be nice to have a little bit of help especially in this place.
Yeah, Glob
Okay.
is big.
Follow.
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 So you follow Glob and Piper, the giant elephant.
I like Piper.
And as you lead, you start to Jeff, can you do a perception check for me?
Oh boy,
It's on a side.
Can I also do a perception?
Yeah, everyone can do a perception check if they so choose.
16.
that was 11 for me.
22.
6.
All right, Haas, you notice that you're being watched, but you're not like by a lot of stuff actually. Within the abandoned homes that you pass, you see eyes looking back at you. But as soon as they see Glob and this elephant, they kind of just slink back into the shadows.
This was a good idea.
We made good friends.
I winded up, when I was last here, I fought that mimic in the middle of a back alley, and I also fought some
Fire beetles.
fire beetles.
My kin. Jeff.
How big were these beetles?
Like about the size of a cat.
So I could fit them in a box.
What?
In the
I mean, if the
building
box is big enough, yeah.
The
you
building
can.
that we were in, we killed the ones that were in there.
There goes that plan. But
Why
There might be
did-
more.
look, occasionally you get to a place where they won't let you in, so you send them a gift.
Full of fire beetles.
And
Those
by-
things are evil, though.
So, yeah, luckily, it seems like Glob and Piper are somewhat of a deterrent to the creatures of the city of Gary. As you approach the large towers, Glob points to an area that actually looks rather different compared to the rest of the city. Like, there's large stone fixtures and statues and almost like cages.
Interesting.
You do a perception check for me.
Sure. That is 19.
You see a sign that reads Calgary Zoo.